All right, family, Black Power. Black Power. It's the Truth Hour with General Sara, Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com. Ring the alarm. We got this sale popping off right now. kingseti.com online marketplace. Official General Sara Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, fly, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies. You need that. Art and home decor for the family that's trying to transform their African home into the African temple that they always wanted. Get on over there right now, kingseti.com online marketplace. Y'all know what time it is, generalseti.com. Dropping bombs on generalseti.com. The complete General Seti website, over 800 videos and lectures. Too raw for YouTube. Y'all, you already know you need that. The Making of the White Man series, all debates, all religions exposed, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, this ism and that ism. All the ancient civilizations, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Olmec. We got the Black Power politics and economics. The Black woman is God. All the information that you need as an African warrior today, African goddess today. Get on over there, generalseti.com, Seti University. And also just drop one hard one on Patreon. Just drop the hard one on Patreon. Time for spiritual warfare, leave it alone. Time for spiritual warfare, leave it alone. Just drop the hard one. This is where our jihads and where our goddamn crusades. We don't have none of that. When the peoples is crying out in war all over the planet, all the motherfuckers tell you to do is cry and beg. You see what I'm saying? So we asking where our African spiritual jihads and crusades that speak to the dilemma of the people. Get on over there, Patreon, and we got exclusive live streams over there on my Patreon. Over 150 exclusive live streams for the family. Fire. Guaranteed to light the spirit. And I got a very powerful, let me get this up here. I got a very, very powerful live stream coming up on the 20th. Wait a minute. Where we at? Let me get it in here. It's going down. I got to get it in here. What's that? I got to get the flyer in there. Where is that? There you go. Bingo. Here we go. Let me drop it on in there, family. We're going to be dealing with a hard subject. Family. And it's going to be too hard for most of y'all. But you need to have your black ass in there if you about truth. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me get it up here. And I'm gonna have to drop the link in there too. All right. Here we go. The hard truth on why the black man is still stuck in America. You understand? We're going to be doing that one March 20th, Sunday, March 20th, 2022, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm going to be going as hard as fuck. Don't expect, nigga, that you're going to get, this is in love of black manhood and kingship that just ain't rising to the occasion. I'm for my brother, but nigga, we ain't rising to the occasion as a brotherhood. And it's some shit that must be done, and we got to quit making an excuse for it. We got to deal with it. I'm sick of niggas. Weak. You don't get no pass over here. We got black manhood under attack everywhere from all directions. And niggas is out here making all these weak ass excuses. And so I've always been a champion of black manhood and kingship. But I've always told you what must happen for us to get through this baptism of fire. You see? And so when you come, goddamn it, if you're a black man out there, you got your black son, or even for the mothers out there, they got a black son that and father ain't there. It's for you too. It's for you too. It's for you too. So you can already understand what the dilemmas is and what must be done to get through this. And it's gonna be it's gonna be a breath of fresh air, but it's gonna be it's gonna put our motherfucking our manhood on the line if we got one, because it's time to put that motherfucker on the line. If you got one, nigga. If you got one. If you ain't got one, nigga, then go on and do what you been doing. But we got to clean this shit up. We got to clean it up by any goddamn means necessary. I'm sick of this shit. Period. Everybody got an answer, but it ain't the right answer. And I'm gonna tell y'all that today. It ain't the right answer. It ain't the right answer. These niggas out here is weak, and they don't want no confrontation. And that's the only thing that's gonna get us where we need to go. Niggas don't want no smoke. None. Now, in no direction. In no arena of life. Y'all niggas just running. Any which direction, y'all just turn around and take flight. And so we got to have this. We got to have this. So, family, matter of fact, let me go and put this in there. I got to speak to the situation at hand. I can't let this shit go on. And so, take it how you want to. Take it how you want to, nigga. Straight up. It's still coming. That smoke still gonna come. And you can go run motherfucker in the closet some motherfucking where. Run your ass on in the closet somewhere, nigga. There you go, family. Let me put that up there. So y'all want that link, and it'll be in the video description too. Now today, I just got off, like I said, I just got off of Patreon, dealing with the spiritual warfare. And yet and still we using motherfucking spiritual warfare being used on us. It's being used on us, and we don't even know it. You see, we don't even know it, and it's being used on us every goddamn day. Ain't no goddamn, and I'm gonna say it just like this, and anybody that don't believe it, that's all right. Take your ass on. We don't need you. At this point in time, either you understand what's happening, or take it where you gotta take it. Going back over there to the church. Going back over there to the mosque. Going over there to the damn sin of God. Or and let the preacher in the pulpit pull your soul into the pit. So go on over there to the pulpit, nigga, and let them do whatever they gonna do and been doing to our people. I done told, there's something wrong with religion today. There's something seriously, because this religion, all religions, have existed side by side with our oppression. Ain't no goddamn religion been able to overcome. Every religion has been okay, you understand, with our oppression. You understand what I'm saying? If it's the true religion of African people, goddamn it, it's not going to be in unison with our oppression, because our God is a God that loves us first and foremost and don't want to see us in this type of misery, and would tell us to rise up on our oppressor, which we not, we waiting on. I don't know what the fuck we waiting on. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Everybody else got a jihad and a goddamn crusade for their goddamn religion, but we ain't got none for ours. We waiting on the goddamn ghost to drop out the damn sky, and most of the time it's the damn books, that ordain this shit to happen, and we keep looking in these books, these goddamn books, and talking about this is the word of God. Ain't no goddamn God ever wrote no book. Ain't no God ever wrote no book. All books are written by men and women. That's all they ever wrote a book. Ever wrote a book. Ain't no God ever wrote no goddamn book. And so this is where y'all fail at. You see, and you don't understand the scope of religion. You don't understand the making of religion. You see what I'm saying? Reliving a lie over and over and over and over. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. And like I say, there is some truths, but many of them truths have been manipulated by a whole lot of lies. You see what I'm saying? And so you go in there, you find the truth. You'll go in there and get the truth out of the motherfucker. But they're just like cheese on the goddamn trap. Yeah, the cheese get the goddamn mouse to the trap. But as soon as that motherfucker bite down on that goddamn cheese, he got something going. So that little bit of truth that's inside of that, that's just the cheese on the trap to get you in there. You understand? It's surrounded by a whole lot of falsehood that have kept you in this goddamn condition for over 400 years, and it has not been an inspiration for you to overthrow your goddamn enemy. God damn it. When the goddamn Crusaders, they went to the goddamn so-called Holy Land to overthrow the Muslim, the infidels. Get them out the Holy Land. What goddamn holy? You say Africa holy. What have you done to have a crusade on Africa to get these goddamn infidels up out of Africa? Nothing. What have the African on the goddamn continent done? There have been many, but it ain't been enough. You know, I'm tired of giving up. We our heroes is a motherfucker that almost made it. You know, he almost got us free. You know, and I love it, but goddamn it, we got to have some heroes that goddamn get that motherfucker in the end zone. You understand what I'm saying? Goddamn, we got it to the second yard line. You understand? We almost got it in, but we fumbled. And motherfucker ran it back all the way back on our ass. You see, that's what it sounds. Oh man, we almost got it in. We almost got it in. God damn it, we was on the 1 yard line and we fumbled. Motherfucker ran it all the way back on. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we must glorify those that are, but then we can't, all of them can't be almost got it in. Almost got us to liberation. No, we can't have that. We got to have some victorious heroes and sheroes. And like I said, I don't even want to put the woman in the militaristic aspect of this. I don't. Because there's enough brothers out here all over this planet to get our people free. And that's another reason why we in the predicament we in, because the roles of, and responsibility of the black man and woman have been turned upside down. You see what I'm saying? Have been turned upside down. And so you motherfucker looking over me, motherfucker, get up off your bitch ass and get your bitch ass up and get ready to get our people free. I'm sick of I'm an intellectual. Motherfucker, you better be an intellectual with a motherfucking AK. You understand what I'm saying? You better motherfucker have a book in one goddamn hand and a chopper in the other. I'm sick of you nigga. You intellectual in freedom. Yeah, we read. But we read to get free. We don't goddamn just read, nigga, to be an intellectual. We can drop all the facts, but we scared to drop the motherfucking acts. You understand what I'm saying? You niggas want to get educated in the belly of the beast, and that's all the fuck you want to do. And hang goddamn degrees on the walls of the belly of the beast. And thinking that means something. That don't mean shit. Don't mean shit at all. And so our so-called holy books really written by God. And I can tell you, goddamn it, because I looked it up many times. And all these books got goddamn copyrights on. Even the Quran say it had come down from, without blemish, which is a lie. Which is a lie. Got more goddamn contradictions in it than the goddamn Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Anything that man didn't touch is in contradiction. Especially when you got more than one motherfucker writing on it. And so it ain't gonna never be no unison. It's always gonna be contradiction. That's just the reality of life. You see what I'm saying? And so to sit up here and act like this shit is unblemished, that right there is very crippling to the mind. Because you go in here and even in your spirit, in your mind, you see the goddamn contradiction. But you say, well, that's God. God don't, we just gonna take it for face value. God don't make no mistakes. God don't make no damn mistake. Go in goddamn Genesis and he create the goddamn, he create the earth before he create the damn sun and the moon. And then talking about on the first day, and don't create the sun and the moon until the fourth day, and then you got 3 days before the goddamn sun was created. Well, goddamn it, what constitutes a day? If you ain't got no sun, and I've read this shit a many times, then create the goddamn sun and the moon until the fourth day, and then you got 3 days before the sun. And what constitutes a day? Sun up and sun down. So what the fuck would you? I mean, so you got a God that's perfect and don't even know how to create the goddamn universe in a harmonious equilibrium. Goddamn it, you even created the goddamn vegetation on the planet before you created the goddamn sun. How the hell goddamn vegetation gonna exist without the sun? That's a simple that show you that how them Europeans was up there in goddamn Europe. That sounds just like the shit that they was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Up there in the goddamn Europe, talking about the flat earth shit, and these niggas out here, the only thing flat is their goddamn brain. They goddamn thinking and shit. It don't matter, and to that argument, it don't matter if that motherfucker flat or round, nigga, you in slavery. If you're on the flat earth, nigga, you in oppression. If you're on the round earth, which it ain't goddamn flat, if you're on the round earth, you in goddamn oppression. And you're arguing about shit that don't even matter because you don't want to be a man. You don't want to be a man. And so that's another reflection of not being a man. You find arguments to argue about instead of stepping up and confronting your goddamn enemy about the conditions of your woman and your children. You won't do that. And so you'll look around for let me argue about a flat earth. If you don't get your bitch ass up, nigga, and get some goddamn Timberlands on your motherfucking feet, get these house shoes and these goddamn flip-flops off of your feet, nigga, and get your ass up out here and make a difference in your community. Got the enemy all in your community. You see, and he didn't gave you his book. He didn't gave you his book. Okay? He didn't gave you his book. And I can, if you go in many of these Bibles, you can see that they got copyrights. They got copyrights on them to let you know that it ain't by no goddamn God. I can guarantee you. You can go down to any publishing office. You can go down to the copyright office because anybody that has literature that they didn't copyright it, poems, raps, music, you copyright your shit, you get publishing rights. Okay, you got to fill out an application for that. And so if you got a copyright on the damn Bible, who went down there and filled out the application? Was it John the Baptist? Huh? Was it St. Peter? You understand what I'm saying? Who was it? Was it Nimrod? Was it goddamn Enoch? Who went down there and filled the goddamn application out? Who got a copyright on God's word? And then they rolling them motherfuckers up off the printing press. They even got homosexual Bibles out there now. Okay, got them out there. They got all type of goddamn Bibles for every motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who write with their left hand Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas that write with their right hand Bible. They got all type of Bibles out here that been copyrighted. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I tell you this again and again, just to let you know that it's been written by a man. And that's how you know a religion from spirituality. But it even just spirituality, that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. Motherfuckers say, oh, I'm spiritual. So goddamn what? If you ain't going nowhere, that don't mean nothing. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here with spirituality that ain't going no goddamn way. You just, just because you ain't got no goddamn saying, oh, I'm not constrained by no laws, and maybe you need some laws. It ain't nothing. It ain't about laws. It's about the wrong laws. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not against religion. You understand what I'm saying? I'm against the wrong goddamn religion. I'm against, if it's about our people and it's from the spirit of our people, I'm with that. You understand what I'm saying? But you can have spirituality and still be confused. You understand what I'm saying? You just out there floating and shit. They're just saying you ain't got no constraints. Yeah, you floating, motherfucker. You just like a balloon, nigga, that had been somebody let the balloon, the motherfucker just out there floating. It ain't going nowhere. You understand? You just, you like one of them hippie motherfuckers, just looking up at the sky, blowing on whatever you're blowing on, hiding the motherfucker, just floating and spooking. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be going somewhere. And so when we talk about religion, most religions, if not all, that's another thing that defines religion, that is tied to a book. It's tied to a book. Okay. And that book is written by a man all the time, and I can show you another attributes of the book. You understand what I'm saying? When you talk about God, and I already deal with the copyright. You understand? Oh, that was another thing that I needed to bring up. In order to copyright a Bible or a book, let's take for instance the Bible. It must be, I believe, at least 30%, 40% different than the preceding book. If you took it out of, you know what I'm saying? So if you see another Bible, it got to be at least 30, 40% different, or you can't copyright it. You see? And so that's very significant when you see a copyright on the book, on the Bible. That at least 30, 40% of it is different than any other goddamn book out there. They done took, that's how much they done changed in it. You see what I'm saying? So if you see all these books and then been copyrighted, then you know goddamn well that ain't no damn book or no damn God. And I don't even believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? God is some goddamn spook. You understand? That ain't never, you say you talk to God and shit and this, that, and the third. I say, well, goddamn, if you talking to God, could you please dial my ass on the three-way? When you get God on, you talking to God, call me on the three-way. I need to talk to God. You understand what I'm saying? And I tell this story again and again and again and again because I know it to be true to myself because I used to talk to God. You understand what I'm saying? And I would be in my mind and thinking that I'm a holy prophet of God. I was young doing this shit. And, I'm reading the Bible and I'm looking at all the prophets of God and I say, damn, I want to be a prophet of God. And so I would pretend like I'm talking to God and I'll be up in my room and shit and you know what I'm saying? And I'll be talking. I say, oh, Father, oh, divine Father. I'm talking and shit and trying to be holy too. Well, Father, what it is that you want me to do. You understand? Do you want me to deliver the people? Do you want me, and I hear a voice in my head saying, yes, my son. Yes, my divine son. You my prophet. And I want you to walk in the ways of righteousness. And I know, while I'm hearing this shit, I'm the one that's creating the voice in my mind. I'm not dumb. I'm doing this shit. But I'm doing it to my damn self. So I don't need no motherfucker to tell me nothing. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. I created these voices in my mind. And every motherfucker that know if you are somewhere in there talking to God, nigga, you know you the one speaking for God. You know you the one speaking for God, nigga. And I don't need your, you to validate it or not. Either you only nigga, either you speaking for God, nigga, or that ecstasy speaking for God, whichever one you own, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So don't come in here talking about you speaking for God. And I'm gonna show you how hypocritical these niggas is when they talk about that God. Because, like I said, you can see a drunk nigga on the corner. He could be drunk as hell, and he be out there talking to himself, and you laughing and shit. And you ask that drunk nigga, you say, nigga, who you talking to? He say, I'm talking to God. And you would say, get your drunk ass up off this corner. You could take that same drunk nigga, take him to church on Sunday, put a suit on him. He's still drunk as hell. And he's sitting in the front row. And he's hooping and hollering right along with the rest of them crazy ass nigga. And you could go over there to that same nigga in a suit and ask him in church, who you talking to? And he say, God, you know what you say? Hallelujah. You weak ass niggas. You hypocrites. You would look right at that same nigga. But if he was on the goddamn corner drunk and you ask him the same goddamn question, you would say, nigga, get your drunk ass up off this damn corner blaspheming, nigga. Get your drunk ass up off the corner blaspheming. So we got to understand that all aspects of religion is created by God. The book, the philosophy is created by God. I asked him, I asked these Hebrew niggas out here, they swear to God that the Bible was written by God. And even when they say Moses was up on, where that damn picture at? Where that damn, right here. Moses is up on the goddamn mountain and they show a hand. See, this is why they can't think. I mean, I want y'all to break the psychology of this shit down. Now they show a hand come through the cloud, right? Now, I'm just gonna ask the question. Is that hand or that I see, part of the, the forearm, connected. Is it a forearm? Is it a forearm connected to that hand? Is it a goddamn bicep connected to the goddamn forearm? Or is it just a hand? Is it just a hand? Because I remember we used to watch the Addams Family, and they had the thing and shit. And the thing, they had that little hand that would come out. So, I mean, is that just like that? Is that just a hand, or is the hand connected to a forearm, connected to a bicep, connected to a goddamn shoulder blade, connected to a back? Is this just a hand? You see what I'm saying? So when we say that God is created in all the attributes of man, you see, they say the words of God. The words of God. God walked through the garden. God walked. Well, goddamn, in order for him to walk, he got to have some damn feet. You know what I'm saying? He got to have some feet. There ain't no way for him to walk through the garden without some damn legs. In order to walk, you got to have more than some feet. You got to have some goddamn hips and some goddamn legs and shit. You understand what I'm saying? And so, when we say this and they think a motherfucker is being, it's real talk. Man, God is created in the image of man. They say that man is created in the image of God. But then, goddamn, if they say Adam was created in the image of God. But what is that image? You see what I'm saying? Many I see, through the spiritual shit, they try to jump through hoops. Oh, that when it says that man was created in the image of God, that meant spiritually. Well, goddamn, he fucked up on the first 2 days. If that's the case, you see what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna get me on that one saying that man was spiritual. It was created in the spiritual image of God. If he is, then God is a corrupt motherfucker. Because if he fucked up on the second day, if God say don't eat from the goddamn tree, and you ate from the damn tree, then if that's the image of God, then that show you that God is just as corrupt as man. If he's created spiritually, so which one is it? Is it physically? Is man created physically in the image of God? What it was spiritually which one is it? It don't make no goddamn difference. We need an answer today. So I'm showing you that God is created by man and not vice versa. God is created in the image of man. Okay? When you go to heaven, I'm breaking this shit down for you niggas today. You see, you get to heaven. You got to go through the pearly gates. You understand? You got the pearly gates. You got a gate in heaven. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you got a gate in heaven. But what the fuck a gate gonna keep out, nigga? You a spirit. I mean, you mean to tell me a goddamn gate can keep a spirit out? You understand what I'm saying? You mean to tell me a gate, and then it say God got all these mansions. Ah, shit. And he's a spirit. And you got all these mansions. And then when they show you the mansions, I say, well, goddamn, it got doors on this motherfucker. I mean, what the fuck? Do the spirit, when they get up to the mansion, do they ascribe you a mansion like, oh, this your mansion over here. Y'all niggas stay in this mansion, and these spirits stay over here in this mansion and shit. And then when you look at the heaven, they got all these houses and shit and mansions and shit in heaven. I even seen some had obelisks and shit in heaven. You see what I'm saying? So I asked the question like, shit. When the spirit walk up to the damn door, do he stick a key in the motherfucker, or do he just walk through the damn door? You see what I'm saying? Do the spirit in heaven that live in whatever mansion he been ascribed to, when he get to the door, do he put a key in the fucking? Because they say, goddamn, Peter got the key to the gates of heaven. He got keys to the gates of heaven. And so you see that even heaven is created in the image of an earthly city. You see, I'm just being real with you. So man can't see past himself. He really don't know shit out, what's out there. And so he creates all type of stories to help himself feel like he have an understanding. You know, you can't just be, without no type of understanding. So he creates his own ideology to make him feel good about the unknown. And even though he created, he know, and sometimes he drive himself further away from the truth than when he first started. You understand what I'm saying? Than when he first started. And so you see right here, and I say, well, goddamn. Now, this is another thing when I catch these niggas up. I love this. I don't have all of my, because I got my notes today. Now, I asked the motherfucker, I say, when I look up on the, you see him writing, I say, well, damn, what language did God write the 10 Commandments in? And most people of the Bible, they gonna say it was in Hebrew. Now, this is where I'm gonna catch these niggas up. Because nowhere in the Bible where it says that there's a language of Hebrew. It is referred to as the language of Canaan. Go look it up. Go look it up. Even in the prophecies, it says that 5 cities in Egypt would speak the language of Canaan. It didn't say no Hebrew. So in the Bible, it's never referred to as Hebrew. It is the language of Canaan. So you mean to tell me, because this is before the so-called Israelites, they still in Egypt. You see, they still in goddamn Egypt. So how would God write the 10 Commandments in the language of Canaan before the Israelites even go into Canaan? You understand what I'm saying? They say God spoke the universe into creation. And then I asked the Kabbalists, you talk to all the rabbis and the Kabbalists, and they say that when he spoke the universe into existence, he spoke in Hebrew. But we understand through the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, that there is no reference of Hebrew as a language. It is referred to as the language of Canaan. So you mean to tell me before the Canaanite, because it's not no Hebrew, it's Canaanite. So you mean that Yahweh created the universe in the language of Canaan before the Canaanite is even created? What kind of shit is this? And then so, again, we talking about just to show you the goddamn, the contradictions. The contradiction. Go look it up. Take your time. Nigga, go take your time and get back with me. Okay, at any given time you need to get back with me. And so we talk about the first book of the, and then the first book of the Bible, Genesis. Really is not Genesis, it's Exodus. And I'll deal with that. None of them are correct, but even in chronological order, is not Genesis. It's Exodus. Okay, and I'll give you a brief understanding why the first book of the Bible is not Genesis, it's Exodus. Because the author of Genesis in the first 5 books of the Bible was Moses. Okay? But see, in Exodus, it shows how Moses was born in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? It shows you the sequence of his life. You see, and Moses lives to be 120 years old. And he was 80. So when you break his life up, even in Acts, it breaks his life up into 3 40-year periods. The first 40 years is ended when he kills Pharaoh's soldier and he flees Egypt. When he kills Pharaoh's soldier, he flees Egypt. He's 40 years old. And then he stay out in the desert in Midian for damn near 40 years until God called his ass. He said, you know how you watch the 10 Commandments and they say, Moses. He hear a voice, Moses. And he turned around like, what the hell? And so, and then I believe either at that point or the Exodus. At the time of the Exodus, he's 80 years old. So he spends 2/3 of his life in Egypt. Okay. And so the last 40 years is the 40-year wandering of the Israelites through the desert. And Moses dies right before Joshua takes them into Canaan. So that was his 120 years on the planet. So Moses is supposedly wrote the 5 books of the Bible during the last period of his life. So when Exodus opens up, when Moses is a baby, ain't no damn Genesis, ain't no Exodus, ain't no Leviticus or no Numbers or none of that. So you have to start, if you're dealing with it in chronological order, Exodus comes first. So you can see how he's born into the world and how he goes through his education in Africa. You see what I'm saying? Even though we understand that, but in that is a hidden message. Fuck the characters, peel that shit back and get down to the truth. You know, and so in there it says that Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians. And so, goddamn, if Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, goddamn, we asking the question, what did he learn? Because the Hebrews were illiterate. Moses is the first literate Hebrew. That means he was the first one to write. Okay, now everybody say, well, that's bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that shit is in the Torah. None of them, ain't now one of them books say God ordained them to write shit. Moses was the one they say God ordained him to, write the Decalogue and this, that, and the third, the 10, and receive the 10 commandments. So it's through Moses. You see what I'm saying? And so Moses was learned. And so if he was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and he spent 2/3 of his life in Egypt, in the so-called Israelites spending 400 years in the land of Egypt, over 400 years in the land of Egypt. I just want to know what fucking language, if it was real, what fucking language you think he wrote the damn Bible in? It wasn't no goddamn Hebrew. That's the language of Canaan. That's the language of Canaan. This man has spent 2/3 of his life. So if you look down at the so-called Bible, it wouldn't look no different than any other Egyptian scroll that you would find in ancient Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't look no different than no other damn scroll in ancient Egypt. We got to wake up today. Ain't no goddamn God wrote no books. You understand what I'm saying? We see today, when we talk about a book, we understand that, and because our people created books. And really, I'm going to tell you this. Most religions that say that a God gave them a fucking book or wrote a book for them are illiterate people that have no legitimacy in having a book. You understand what I'm saying? And so when asked or called to, if you got a book in your hand and you ain't never wrote no books, ain't even got a written language, and a motherfucker asks you where you get that book from, most of the time they're going to look for an external source. It's not an internal source. They don't have a language. They don't have a written language. Not only do they not have a written language, they don't even have the fucking utensils to make a book. So a lot of people talk about, well, the language is most definitely important. But goddamn, the apparatus of paper and ink is just as important as the goddamn language, because you can't even develop a language without being able to write. You understand what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna develop no goddamn language on no clay cookies like they try to show your ass in Mesopotamia. When you go down to the goddamn library, you ain't checking out no goddamn clay tablets, nigga. You checking out books that's been written on paper. And paper come from papyrus. You see what I'm saying? So the Africans invented paper. You see, the term page, to be able to flip a page and turn a page, come from papyrus. You see what I'm saying? So that's an indigenous African plant that, you know, our people developed in order to create literature, to create books. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, nobody else legitimately can say they wrote a book before African people, because I ask them, I say, well, goddamn, if you was writing before the African, what the fuck did you write it on? And that right there cripple motherfuckers. Oh, well, we wrote it on the back of a goddamn goat. You know, we was using goat skins and sheep skins, and, you know, we was you know, shit that ain't nobody fucking using today. Nigga, you can't do, if you got a fucking encyclopedia, nigga, or you know what I'm saying? You got the, or, you know, even when you dealing with, you know, mathematics and shit. Nigga, if you writing in clay, nigga, and then you fucking, and the shit dry up on you and shit, and you fuck up and shit, you got to start all over. If you own a goddamn, you know, you own a goddamn sheepskin, nigga, you understand what I'm saying, or some shit like that, you got to have something, you know, it's like, the term is fluid. You see what I'm saying? Where you can, you know what I'm saying? You can, it's fluid, where you can just scribble it, you know, almost, you know what I'm saying? Quickly. You understand? If you mess up, you can start over again, this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at the apparatus of paper and ink, you know what I'm saying? I also believe that they have pencil too. You understand what I'm saying? Something that they could erase and start over again if they messed up. You see what I'm saying? And so we see that in Africa where books was created. That's facts. And then not only were they created, we had institution where no other people on the planet had institution. Now I'm gonna run this shit down quickly because time is moving by. And I can prove to you, just like, you know, from the great master teacher Walter Williams that taught me, you understand what, and I expanded on it. Because when I looked at what he was saying, I said, well, let me go deeper with this. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is about institution, in order to have an institution, like an educational system or a university system, you got to have an alphabet. True. But you also got to have, you know, you got to have the apparatus of paper. You understand? I don't, you know, equate anything else equal with paper. You got to have paper. You can't have nothing else. That's why the majority of the world move with the best technology. You don't see no libraries full of no goat skins and no goddamn sheep skins and no goddamn clay cookies. You see paper. They move with the best technology. You see what I'm saying? And so not just having the paper, the ink, not just having the alphabet. You see what I'm saying? Not just having the alphabet, but you got to, in institution, you got to have dictionaries. Because you having the alphabet, you got to create words that define your reality. You see what I'm saying? And so that's going to be the dictionary. And then you got to have encyclopedias. And these break down the great subjects of existence, whether it's math, whether it's language, or whether it's, you know, chemistry, geometry, geology, whatever it is, you got to have encyclopedias. You see what I'm saying? In each subject, in order to have the great institutions of ancient Egypt. And not only do you got to have the subjects, you understand what I'm saying? You got to have, the thing about institution, it deals in volumes. Ain't no one damn book in no institution. A library is a fucking institution. When you go to a library, ain't no fucking one book in there. See, that's another thing about religions. They always talk about one book. Even when you go back and you see, and we ask, well, okay, what is the oldest Bible? They always want to see, most people get fooled by that. They say the oldest Bible, and it's one book, and it's in fragments and shit. You're not about to educate the world with no one motherfucking book, and it's in fragments, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have mass production of literature to have mass education on the planet. So the one thing about institution that you got to have mass production. You got to have man. So when you talk about religion in the ancient world, you see the story of Osiris in mass production all over the ancient world. You can see they have found millions of papyruses, from the smallest papyrus to the biggest papyrus. Millions. This is not a game. Millions of papyrus. So when you look and you go to the major library systems of today, you see mass volumes. Some libraries like the Smithsonian or the Library of Congress. I don't know how many books, but it's the largest library in the world. And I believe it has something like 40 to 50 million volumes. And the greatest libraries of the world is up in that range. You know, you got, down into the 30 million, 20 million. Many great universities, 18 million. So that's institution. So that's the one thing that separate, and you can clearly see who has institution. Egypt, ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, Nubia is the only civilizations in the ancient world that had all of the ingredients of institution. Those are facts. I don't have to argue with no motherfucking body. You're not finding no mass production. You can't even find a goddamn book from the Greeks. Every time you find a book from the Greek, they show you a fragment. I'm talking real shit now. You'll never find a whole book. You'll find, and I'm studying this shit, right? And I look, and when you get to the earliest Herodotus, even Herodotus, the oldest manuscript they say of Herodotus is like a half of a page. You see what I'm saying? And then when you get into the 1400s, you got a whole book. Now, the fragment was around, I looked at the dates. The fragment, which was half a page, was around 800 AD, where they got the oldest manuscript of Herodotus at around 800 AD. Then you get to 1400, they got a whole book. Where the fuck did you get the rest of the story from? If you go back, and the oldest manuscript of Herodotus is half a page, and then you get to the 1400s when they created the printing press, you got a whole book. Where did the rest of the fucking story come from? Because you don't have a whole book coming out the most ancient manuscript. You don't have a whole book. So I knew then that they were creating these motherfucking stories. When they got that printing press, they just started creating shit. You got the instrument that you need now. You understand what I'm saying? You got the instrument you need. And so they created the majority of that shit when they got the printing press. Because there's no need for you to have no book when goddamn 99.9% of the European was illiterate into the 19th century. Anything before the 19th century, the European as a population was an illiterate people. They did not have no fucking books. So when they got the printing press, then the whole scope of creating education for their people began at that time. Period. Do you see what I'm saying? So I just want to let you know that the majority of people that say God gave them something, they are an illiterate people with they don't have no instruments of institution. They don't have no writing. And so when a motherfucker asks you, where you get that book from? Because everybody already know you was a fucking illiterate. You know what they're going to say? God gave it to me. God damn it, or goddamn alien came down. That's why all the knowledge, if they don't want to attribute it to an African, they can't attribute it to themselves. So they rather give credit to a fucking alien before they give it to an African. You see what I'm saying? And so this is the truth of the matter, family. So we cannot fall for this bullshit talking about God gave a motherfucker a book. Stop it, please. Stop it today. The religion is everything that you do. It ends with man. If you look at heaven, it's nothing but a replica of an earthly city. If you look at God, the arm of God, the arm of God, the mouth of God. You understand? It came from the mouth of God. You understand? The ear of God. God can hear and shit. God got all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So God is the attributes of God is the attributes of a man. When you go into the confessional, it's a man on the other side of the confessional. One of them pedophiles who need to be goddamn repentant. Matter of fact, ain't no repenting. You touching on children, nigga, you need to leave here. Period. Period. Ain't no repenting. Then you can goddamn do shit like that and think you can run in and repent to God. What kind of shit is that? What kind of God would let that kind of motherfucker repent? But a sick ass guy. That's why I'm saying God is a reflection of the man who created the damn book. He's a reflection of, and most of the time it's gonna be a God that's able to forgive him for the type of vices that he's known to perform. Murder and you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and touching on children and raping women and shit and this, that, and the third, and God could forgive a motherfucker for that. You see what I'm saying? So usually that's how you know who created the goddamn religion, because more times than not, the God is going to, relieve him from the sins that he done committed and the type of sins that he commit. You understand that he's known to commit, And so, family, I just want to, so you don't get trapped in the book. I'm going to end on this because I got another powerful one, dealing with the what's the name of the other religion? I mean, I say religion. Did I put it in there? Hold on, family. There you go. Right there. Soulless entities that walk the planet. You see, soulless entities that walk the planet. And we're going to be doing that over there on the general's page. And so the thing is, family, what's happening is, and it boils down just like this. You see what I'm saying? Just like the genie is trapped in the lamp, you niggas' soul is trapped in the book. You see? And, just like the genie is trapped in the lamp, your soul is trapped in the book. And the only person that can let you out is your master. And he not going to let you out. The genie always wished that his master, who then rubbed on the lamp, that the third wish will be that he set him free. But he never set him free. He always remained in the lamp. You see, what you have to understand that you're not tied to no book. You are of the creation. You are the son. You are creation manifested in the flesh. You were born into this world connected to the cosmos. You have been detached by whoever, whether it was your parents or former, and their parents detached them, detach you from the cosmos. You were born connected already, connected to the so-called God, and I don't speak about God because God is a reflection of man. We talking about the cosmos. Nobody seen no damn God up in the goddamn sky sitting on no toilets, no gold toilet stool or no shit like that. You see, so you were born connected to the cosmos. You are connected right now, and if you did not know that, you need to go deep down into self. You see, when you was born connected to your mama, your umbilical cord. You was connected to God. When you came through the womb, nigga, you came through the gates of heaven. If you did not know that, you see what I'm saying? When you was in your mama, you was in the holy water. You was being baptized in holy water. And you were born into this world through the gates of heaven. You see, and she brought you into existence. And without existence, you cannot have no philosophy, no ideology. Existence is the greatest act of being a living thing If you do not exist, then you can't have thoughts or philosophies or ideology. So the greatest act in all creation is the act of existence. And that came through your mama. You better wake your ass up, nigga. You better wake your ass up. That's right. The black woman is God, nigga. From the true ideology, not no shit you trying to, sweet talker a woman, nigga. You understand what I'm saying with your simple ass? All right, family. This is the general. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all stay black. Y'all stay strong. The time is now. Create a spiritual warfare that could free the people today, because we in some trying times, and the spirituality got to be in cohesive unity with all aspects of existence, intellectualism and physical reality, family. All right, family, this is the General Sara Suten Seti said, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.